What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co host, Josh.
Hey everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the Film Bros podcast. All right, Josh. So, guess what? Christmas came early for some people. For other people, hell froze over. All
Right.
right, let me tell you. There's some crazy news that actually happened all this week that is for the best way to put it for me is it's gonna change the
Everything.
future of like movie going, the future of how you will consume the media that is being put out. It'll change how. I mean, it's already changing the landscape with like physical media, but it's gonna change the landscape for everything. It's gonna blow the doors wide open, and you know, I think we just got to get into whatever happened. And first things first, we just need to just say it with a big chest is Netflix wound up winning the bid when it came down to Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery was supposed to was on sale. We heard that there was multiple bids that were put out there, but three contenders overall. It was Paramount that was in the lead, Paramount and Skydance. Then you had Netflix, which sounded like like they were putting up some numbers, but not as much as you were thinking. And then there was Comcast. Now we know David Zaslav, he wanted to split the company. He basically wanted to make movies studios on one side, basically sell it off, and then sell off the TV side on the other hand. Um, Paramount was like, no, I want everything. Like
Yeah.
if you're selling, give me everything. Zaslav was like, well, I don't want to, right? Like he still wanted to hold some kind of control.
Yeah.
Netflix was like, hey, I'm with you. Just give me the movies. I don't give a shit about no uh TV networks or nothing like that. I just want the streaming rights and the movie rights to basically be able to put stuff out. And I believe Universal was asking for the whole thing, but they were just so far out from the race. It was just those two decisions basically. It was Paramount or Netflix. Ultimately, Netflix wound up beating out everything. They made an $82.7 billion bid just for the Warner Brothers studio alone when it came down to, like I said, just the movie side, streaming movies, all that good stuff. The TV side, who knows if they're going to bundle that up and sell it up later. As of right now, this acquisition is basically shocking everybody. There's waves happening throughout the whole Hollywood industry. Like I said, it's shaking it up because this is some as as Jar Jar and his people would say, this is a bunch of voodoo, if you know what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. Before we go any deeper, I just want to hear what you felt when you heard the news. Did you think Netflix was even gonna make this uh landslide victory, basically? And I mean, what did you make out of all this when you heard about it?
Bro, I heard about this early as fuck in the morning, like right when it dropped that Friday, and I was just like, "Oh, this is so bad. This is the worst thing that could happen." Um, in like, I mean, I texted you and I was like, "This is bad. This is gonna hurt a lot of people and the
Really, because the
positively
first text
the
sounded at
industry."
first it sounded like you were kind of excited, and until some comments were made from Ted Sarandos over there. But I mean,
This
just
isn't a
saying.
W. I was expecting Paramount. I was expecting Paramount to take the dub and everything. I did
Hmm.
not expect them for Netflix to be like, that's cute, but we got it in cash, bro. Like, that is subscriber money, sir. Paying an
Uh,
arm and a leg for Netflix.
hmm. Hmm. And I mean, what was the thoughts that ran through your head when you heard about this?
Yeah, no, I was just like, this isn't good. This isn't gonna be
But
that.
why
That's
wasn't it good? Why wasn't it good?
because Netflix's own movies fucking suck. The way they look is are bad enough.
That's one of the things. The quality when it came down to their movies was one thing, right?
Yeah,
Apparent, but like I said, they did split the division. Apparently, Warner Brothers, the company, the studio itself is gonna still be running the movie division, and Netflix is still gonna be running their own division. You're gonna have the movies that supposedly are gonna go into theater, which we got a little bit of a confirmation that IMAX has a contract till 2029 that they're gonna have to put these movies out in theater. But after that, the like we talked about last time, Disney when they bought Fox, eventually Fox they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put all the movies out in theaters," and eventually it got folded up, and we only got streaming movies out of it. Eventually, right? Um,
Yeah.
but did you see anything like that going down the road? Is there anything that immediately, besides quality?
I mean, yeah. I mean, outside of the, I guess outside of the comments, I mean, I figured it was only gonna do short amount of time. I mean, think about the movies that were in theaters and only got like a couple days. You know what I
It
mean?
was, yeah, a weekend, about a week. I
Yeah,
think Knives Out got 2 weeks or something, right?
yeah. The first one, this one is only getting like 2 days. Fucking, I think they only said, didn't we say that Greta Gerwig, her Narnia movie is only getting like a week or two?
Apparently, it's gonna be bigger than that. That's what I'm saying. Like some things are still being said. We know that with the Narnia movie, she fought for that. That's something that she had to
Yeah,
fight for. She was about to walk away from. But we'll probably get into that a little bit later. But for right now, I think first thing that we got to kind of read is the notice that they basically put out for everybody. So Netflix put this out for everybody. I got this in my own personal email
oh,
and all that
okay.
stuff. But it says here, "Hi B, I don't know. Netflix out here doing some crazy stuff. I don't know. We recently announced that Netflix acquired Warner Brothers, including its film and television studios, HBO Max and HBO. That unites our leading entertainment service with Warner Brothers' iconic stories, bringing some of the world's most beloved franchises like Harry Potter, Friends, The Big Bang Theory, Casablanca, Game of Thrones, and the DC Universe together with Stranger Things, Wednesday, Squid Game, Bridgerton, and K-pop Demon Hunters. What's changing? Nothing is changing today. Both streaming services will continue to operate separately. We have more steps to complete before the deal is closed, including regulatory and shareholder approvals. You'll hear from us when we have more time to share. In the meantime, we hope you'll continue to enjoy watching as much as you want, whenever you want, all of your current on your current membership plan. We know you have questions. Thanks for choosing Netflix. We're committed to bringing you the great TV shows, movies, games, and live programming. So, I mean, they basically said, "Hey, we still got stuff to do to basically make this happen," which is true. And we'll talk about all the hurdles and everything that's basically gonna come with what's happening as of right now. Um, First of all, let's just be honest. There's not much that Netflix is putting out that we're like, "Oh yeah, let's." I need both of them to just come together. I mean, they named all the good stuff. I mean, they named K-pop Demon Hunters, Squid Game's one of them, Stranger Things, Wednesday, Bridgerton. But like, what about everything else, right? Um,
The few select hits that we have,
right.
and I
So
think Max puts out way better like shows and stuff. So who
HBO
cares?
itself, HBO Studios is what basically put it out. They're the ones that did, you know, Penguin as of recently. They made shows like I'm thinking for my own personal thing, but like what's that one show? Vice Principals.
Yeah.
They do a lot of like limited series that are really really good. When HBO that logo comes on, you're like, that's gonna be some fire.
Mm.
Now it's gonna have to go through Dan Lin and Ted Sarandos, which we already know they see films and entertainment more as content than
Unfortunately.
events basically. Um, and like I said in the beginning, it sounded all nice and dandy. I'm pretty sure they were telling David Zaslav everything he wanted to hear. At the end of the day, we kind of figured David Zaslav doesn't really give a shit about what happens next. He just wants his money. I know one thing that he really wanted to make out of this deal that Paramount wasn't offering was to at least be in charge still. And I mean, with this deal that they're making with Netflix, kind of sees to that there's still some kind of money that's going to be flowing David Zaslav's way. Um, One thing that Tesserando was kind of saying in the beginning was that, you know, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna put the movies out in the theaters. But like I said, how true was that? He couldn't hold his wad in for more than 24 hours, basically. So, um, This is what Ted Sarandos basically had to say. He said about the deal, "We've released about 30 films into theaters this year, so it's not like we have oppositions to movies in theaters," says Ted Sarandos. What? Where? Where?
A
Where are the 30 films that made it into theaters? And if they did, like you said, they were probably like what,
couple
1 or 2
days.
days?
I'm gonna have to Google. I'm gonna fact check this.
Yeah,
Keep
go
going.
ahead and do
Keep
that
going.
as I keep reading. My pushback has been mostly, in fact, of the long exclusive windows, which we don't really think that are consumer friendly. He said AMC and other chains have are looking to reestablish a 30 to 45 day window to energize the movie going experience that dwindled during COVID. The biggest chains often won't run Netflix films with truncated windows, which basically the theaters say, hey, we need to do from 30 to 45 days, basically, right? And Ted Sarandos is like, well, that we're trying to preserve that, but in his mind, the movie going experience is not that big of a deal, right? You don't need movies to go into theaters 30 to 45 days because he says that's not what the consumer wants anymore. He basically calls it an outdated concept, that if you take the movies out of theaters, you'll have a better chance of people watching it because people would rather be at home watching it on the big screen TV that they buy versus going into a movie theater with a bunch of strangers to watch things. Which, I mean, let's be honest, the movie theater experience is not perfect, but in my opinion, I think it's better than being at home. I think when you watch something in the movie theaters, it's more an event. You get to watch uh the reactions of your peers that aren't necessarily in your group,
Yeah.
right? You get to see how people watch the movies and everything like that. I mean, one example that Tesserandos actually brings up is the whole Barbie and Oppenheimer thing. He said that would have been just as big at Netflix as it would have been in theaters. So, I
Bull
mean,
fucking shit.
did you fact check it? Did you see
Okay.
about the
Yeah. So I got a couple before I start going in on this, man. So I saw a couple, but I didn't see. He said 30. I only have like five or six right here.
K-pop Demon Hunters was one?
Yeah, well, I mean that went three times. Are we counting the same one four different fucking times? It doesn't make any sense. In that case, Sinners, fucking WB had like more than like 10 successes at that point. If that's the case, you know,
Hmm.
A House of Dynamite, Frankenstein was in there for a little bit, I guess. Wake Up Dead Man, like I said, that was gonna. These are all going at like festivals, the TIFF festival. And it's like those don't count. What? No one's not everybody's going to a fucking festival.
Yeah, theaters
Steve,
are an event, right?
Ballad
What
of
Steve?
that's the one with we seen that one. That one's with what's his name? The dude from 28 Days Later.
Mm. Oh, Eric Taylor Johnson,
No, fuck.
Ralph Fiennes.
No. I guess the first one, 28 Days Later, right?
Oh, Cecilia Murphy.
Yes, Cecilia Murphy, yeah. He plays like a teacher trying to help like the youth or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I remember. Yeah,
Ballad of a Small Player, Left-Handed Girl, and I mean Narnia. They're saying Narnia is gonna be there whenever the fuck that comes out.
he said this past year Narnia is not there yet.
Exactly. These are all films that just like what the fuck. 2025. Here. So there's Leo 2. That one still hasn't came out yet. Nola Holmes, French Lover, In Your Dreams, the K-pop Demon Hunters. That's the only one I know that made it. That one and Frankenstein. I think he's full of shit. I think he just said that shit and he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
I think he said we put out movie. I think in his head he was probably like, yeah, we put out movies that lasted for 30 days combined. If
Yeah,
you think
he's just
about it.
like he's like K-pop Demon Hunters went once, twice, three times, and that counts. And it's like no, that doesn't fucking count. It's the same fucking movie, and it's not yours. That came from Sony. So
And that got to be different too because I mean you can kind of point to maybe like the whole Five Nights at Freddy's when Peacock did the same day in movie theater release, but I mean, for the most part, theaters will not be able to like sustain let's go ahead and watch it in Netflix first, and then if it does really good, put it in theaters. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever watches it, they're gonna watch it on Netflix versus putting it on in theaters or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Exactly. That's gonna
Like,
quickly kill the experience.
um, and that all leads to like what happens when the contract ends with IMAX? Are they gonna make a shorter window? Are they not gonna just are they not gonna re-up? Are they gonna be like, if the movie is worthy, we're gonna go ahead and put it out there, but if it's not worthy, are we it's just gonna hit Netflix, boom, just whatever? These are all questions that basically were brought up, and like I said, there is a lot of people kind of opposing this acquisition. You have down from the SAG
Yeah.
to the DGA, which is the Directors Guild of America, and then down to Paramount basically saying they're going to do a hostile bid, a hostile takeover of the Warner Brothers stocks, basically. And then you also have all the way up to the top where the Trump administration are going to basically step in and claim antitrust. And the whole antitrust thing, from my understanding, this is probably a video for a lawyer to basically do on their own, which we're not going to be doing. So yeah, it goes all the way to the top where, um, like I said, antitrust is basically the the government basically stepping in to stop companies from swallowing whole companies and creating a monopoly, right? I know when the Fox acquisition was basically going in, Disney had to basically prove that they weren't just cutting them off at the knees, and they said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and still operate like it's their own company," which they basically did. But like I said, a lot of the movies that went into theaters started basically started dwindling and started going on to streaming, and then it wasn't until people made a big stink about it, and then most recently started putting more into theaters. I think Predator Badlands is like one of the ones that, like I said, we went from Prey, which they were like, oh yeah, this is a Fox thing, we don't know if it's going to do good, let's test the waters on streaming, and then it wound up being a huge hit, and then they put the next one, Badlands, into the theaters.
Yeah.
Now the whole thing of like, oh, you don't want to make the every single movie kind of like the same, right? Like you want some variety, which I mean, like I said, Predator Badlands was having that critique too, where like, oh, it's Disneyfied, it's Disney made it, so it's not the same thing as like what it would have been if it was under Fox, right? Because
Hmm.
it's different.
Yeah. Two
Um,
different things. Yeah.
yeah, so antitrust is laid up in there as well. So there's a lot of hurdles that are basically stopping this. I guess one big question before we move on to one big faction of what's going to be sold off. Do you think that Netflix will basically Netflixify all the HBO shows, all the Warner Brothers stuff? Do you think we'll see us the same quality basically seep in at one point once once the accusation goes through, once IMAX is basically over with their contract? Do you think that we're just gonna see all those Warner Brothers IPs folded up into one thing called Netflix, and all you're gonna see is a bunch of Netflix movies being put out?
I think at some point, yeah. I I don't know. Maybe now because it's still too early and they have contracts to hold up. They're like, you know what? We'll play for now. But I think at some point they're gonna be like, fuck all that. It's all gonna be Netflix. It's all gonna be streaming. It's all gonna be fucking. We'll see them at Tudum. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I imagine. That's like worst case scenario.
So you do see it going down the road that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. That shit looks like a. It sounds like a. It sounds like a nightmare. Their stuff
You just
isn't that good
see
anyway. Like, what are you talking about?
you just see Batman Part Two. Ta-dum.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're like, this is Matt Reeves and uh, fucking what's his name, Robert Pattinson at Tudum. Yeah, they're gonna be like, they can do their press junkets, but they also have to show up here and give them the praise and stuff. And we might see that Netflix logo at some point in that fucking thing. So
A Warner Brothers Netflix logo.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that's the way that I see it too. Now, me personally, I know we're gonna talk about like another faction of all this, but me personally, I don't think this is gonna go through. I told you this over the phone. or at least the message. I don't think this is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be prolonged. In my personal opinion, after reading a bunch of stuff, I have a theory uh, of what basically transpired on how they're planning to basically squeeze a little bit more. I feel like this is all part of the deal ploy because I think Zaslav is basically like, all right, we're gonna choose Netflix, right? Knowing that there's no way in hell. Like I said, the the DGA, the Directors Guild of America, which is ran by Mr. President himself, Christopher Nolan, which we already know he had major issues when COVID rolled around and they decided to put his Tenet movie out on streaming the same day, same day, same theater release, basically because of COVID, right? That was
Yeah.
just a big thing. He fucking hated it. That's what made him leave Warner Brothers altogether. He was like, I'm not gonna come here if you guys are just able to do that. Which that was another concern that people were bringing up. I mean, they do have a contract, but what stops Netflix from doing same day, same streaming day release? You know,
Mm.
there is a contract, but if they made it happen one time, they can make it happen again, right?
Right.
Um, there's so many hurdles that are basically happening. So my theory is that David Zaslav basically said, "Hey, all right, Netflix, we're gonna take you up on your offer because everybody, whoever basically put in their bid, there's a clause in there apparently um, that said, hey, if we don't get this deal through, we'll shake hands and say, hey, here's 5.8 million just for a thank you for trying kind of thing, right? So Paramount's gonna give them 5.8 million for their consideration. Netflix would have basically, if they would have lost, they would have gave them that whatever for their consideration, blah blah blah. I don't think Paramount was giving them as much as Netflix was for the movie studio alone. And I think if Paramount wanted the whole shebang, they needed to put up a little bit more. I think that where Netflix gave out 82.7 million, believe, right? No,
And a billion.
82.7 billion.
Yeah.
I believe they Paramount stopped at the 72.0 billion. They refused to pay a dime more because they were said, "Hey, this is how much it's worth, but we'll raise the shares up. Don't worry, we'll be able to put it up there." So I do think, but they wanted, like I said, they wanted the whole enchilada. They didn't just want they didn't want the main thing. They wanted the sides too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
David Zaslav said, "Well, how are we gonna make them pay for more before before we sell out or whatever?" Can you hear them?
The kids?
Yeah,
No.
you can't hear them.
No. No. No.
Okay. One, two, three. So they said, "How are we gonna make them pay for more?" They said, "Okay, Netflix, we're gonna take your deal, right?" But knowingly, especially with some of the comments that they're basically gonna say, knowingly saying, "Hey, we're not, this is not gonna be able to go through or whatever." I think that's why Ted Sarandos basically came out and said, "Hey, we're not doing the 45-day window like that. We're gonna try to get rid of that." I think he literally came out and said that his son's an editor and he watches a lot of the good movies on his phone. Like I said, he even downplayed Barbenheimer, the whole event that basically happened as well. I do think that this is a case of hardball where they're basically going to be like, no, be able to get Paramount to boost up the numbers or whatever, and then at the end of it, still walk away with 5.8 million from Netflix, basically saying, "Oh, thank you for trying." So I do think that this is kind of a plan. I don't think it's going to go through. That's just my theory, and that's what I was thinking. But I mean, I don't know. Do you
That's.
have any theories of anything that may have crossed your mind,
I
or what do you
mean,
think about my theory at least?
okay. Well, I think that's. It sounds smart. It sounds like the what I would imagine the company to do. So what all these articles and stuff are basically coming out to scare Paramount into like pulling out all the stops.
To scare the people that want it to that basically don't want it to happen. They want those people to basically step in and stop this whole thing altogether. So when Paramount comes around, they could be like, "Okay, you wanted a little bit more, we'll give you a little bit more." I mean, obviously, if what do you call it, if they stop the purchase, Zaslav just takes all his stuff and goes home, and everybody gives him that 5.8 million, and he walks away
Right.
10, 12, 15 point whatever $1 million later, $16 million in his pocket scot free because they agreed to it. So I think it's a win-win regardless. I mean, they're not going to get as much as they were hoping for, but either which way, I do think that I do think that this is kind of a hardball play. I think that this is where they're like Paramount's trying to strong arm us in a way where like they can pay the lowest and still get the whole enchilada, basically trying to get a deal here on top of whatever, on top of what they're asking for. You know, the whole shebang. They don't want Zaslav a
Yeah.
part of it at all, but Zaslav still wants to be a part of it. He still wants money to come into
Hmm.
his pockets, and what's the best way to do that is through Netflix because he could still say I'm on top and I still make money off of this side. So if he's not going to make money, he wants to be able to walk away with a bigger bag, if that makes sense, right? So I do think Serando's comments basically were put out into the void to basically say, hey, are y'all really going to do something about this to basically stop it? And like I said, if at the end of the day they stop it and they walk away with their company, fine, whatever. They get a walk. David Zaslav gets to probably spice it up a little bit more and sell it off a little bit later. But this deal is going to take forever because apparently the litigation and everything that's going to go with it, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to
Maybe,
happen.
maybe it is gonna happen, but you're probably right about that too. Like, there's so many hurdles that they now have to juggle to even get there. And they could totally be like, "This is too much. Just fucking sell
Lawyer
it off
money
in
and all that
pieces or
stuff is gonna
something."
is gonna be a lot. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a lot.
yeah,
Um, but one of the tastier things that basically eyed a lot of people was DC, right? They said DC is one of the bigger properties that basically jacks up the price, obviously because uh it's in the midst of a rebuild, right? James Gunn is apparently paving the way for all DC blockbusters to
yeah,
basically come back after all the mix up that basically happened with Zack Snyder, the DCU basically tanking. Basically in 2022, DC died, right?
yeah.
And it was James Gunn's job to basically come in and revive the brand, get everybody interested again, and yada yada yada. But I don't think it made the money that it needed to, right? Um, a lot of people a lot of people try to put out puff pieces and say, "Hey, this is actually doing really good. It made 100 million out of its pocket, whatever, blah blah blah." Couldn't even beat out Man of Steel. That was a 2013 movie. Let's just be honest.
Couldn't beat out Justice
Um,
League.
couldn't beat out Justice League. Couldn't do any of that stuff. So here's what basically James Gunn had to say, and when all this stuff came out, and he basically said that uh, they're not going anywhere. That's one thing that was basically said. James Gunn is basically coming out to say that, hey, and they put this out right when the news was coming out. Zavrin told Bloomberg that he and Gunn want to rebuild DC to the top tier brand again. He said that their goal from day one was to bring the characters back to the level they believe they should be at, adding that they are still in the early process and have many more ideas to go. James Gunn says that theatrical releases are incredibly important for DC after the Warner Brothers and Netflix merger news. The communal theatrical experience is something that is incredibly important and remarkably well suited for our big spectacle films. Um, which who's to say that they don't just put the lesser movies on Netflix and then the big ones that they deem big, like Justice League or whatever. Like, say you watch the solo films, Superman and all that stuff, Superman, Batman on Netflix, and then the big spectacle films probably go up on in theaters. Industry analysts say that DC brand is one of the most valuable parts of the deal. Rich Greenfield of Lightshed Partners said that DC has huge potential but has not reached that level of success that Marvel achieved under Disney. He believes the franchise has been underused for years and Netflix involvement could unlock that growth. So, where James Gunn is on one side of his mouth saying, hey, and which I think they did extend his contract at least till 2027. So he has until basically Clayface to basically show that this is doing well in theaters and that the theater experience is worthy. But if not, Netflix is basically going to step in and say, hey, no,
You're out.
you know, Oppenheimer and Barbie would have been just as big on Netflix, right?
That's such a
Both those movies would
delusional
be
ass thing
great
to
for
say.
Netflix. Watch, this is what Serandos had to say. Both of those movies would be great for Netflix. They definitely have enjoyed just as big of an audience on Netflix, which is Oppenheimer and Barbie. And so I don't think that there's any reason to believe that certain kinds of movies do or don't work. There's a reason to believe that the movie itself is better in any size of screen for all people. My son's an editor. He's 28 years old and he watched Lawrence of Arabia on his phone. So on one side they're like, no, theatrical experience are gonna stay, but then Ted Sarandos comes in to pour ice on that and basically say, nah, no, it would. I mean, doesn't matter what it is, it will still do good on Netflix.
He's tweaking. The whole point of fucking Barbenheimer working so well was that they're two sides. There were two opposite ends of the same fucking coin. A lot of people were showing up, packing theaters from like 10 in the morning when they opened to closing. Like that doesn't make any sense. How can anyone look at that and be like, that would have done just as good on fucking Netflix? No, 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 because their movies are just whole fucking. They walk into a room. My name is this. I'm dealing with this. How are we gonna deal with this? And then that's their arc. That begins their thing. I don't believe. I don't know what Ted Sarandos is smoking when he says that. I don't know what he's on. Is it him? Is it just him that thinks he fucking that like I don't want to go to movie theaters, so no one else wants to go? Like I don't understand that.
Well, yeah, he's the one that says, hey, like I said, I mean, he's an older dude, and don't get me wrong, d- has Netflix found success in the streaming area? Yes. Yes. Why? Because there is people that have TikTok brain. There's people that, that would rather watch movies at home because they're homebodies, right? There's people that have been burnt from the movie theater experience, kids being allowed in there, being too loud, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like there is people like that. And I'm pretty sure Serandos is one of those that would rather enjoy a movie in his big screen movie theater at
Yeah,
home. But
yeah,
not everybody has a movie theaters, right? But everybody has
exactly.
TVs nowadays.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, that like even then, that's an experience. How are you gonna be like, man? I want to be able to watch it in the comfort of my home, and then you have a whole movie theater setup in your home. That doesn't make any sense.
Make a movie theater in your home, says Ted Sarandos. No, I'm just kidding.
It's just
He didn't say
like
that, but
it's cost me a fucking fortune to do, but once it's done, you're gonna wish you just stay home. Like, no,
you're
fool,
right.
that's dumb. I think the whole point of a movie theater experience is to experience it. Yes, you get the snacks. I mean, you don't have to. I know a lot of people were like, oh, it's too expensive. That's what kill movie theaters. Fuck you. Pay for your shit or just sneak it in. No one's gonna stop you. No one is gonna be like, hey, empty your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, just walk in there. Don't be suspicious and just walk in there. But
I've seen people like do trends where they do like Whole Foods and stuff. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with what you're saying to just sneak stuff in. I do think that a movie theater is an experience, and yeah, the popcorn and soda has been getting extensively high because you can just make a bag of popcorn at home and buy a 24 pack for like what, $8 and be able to sip as much soda as you want, whatever, whatever. Um, but all in all, that I mean, I don't think the concessions and everything is the experience. I think watching the movie on the biggest screen possible is the experience,
well,
right?
yeah, that I was getting to that. That and then like sharing, like you said, sharing it with like other people when they know how to be respectful of the movie theater etiquette. Like
Mhm.
then it becomes a really good experience. Like seeing Sinners in IMAX the way we
I was
did.
gonna tell you that's exactly what reinvigorated my appeal for like the movie theater. Because yeah, you could watch it at your local theater or whatever, right? But when you're able to sit in an IMAX screening, like how we watch Sinners in that, and one of the largest 70 millimeters, right?
Yeah,
Like that was just an experience in itself. Watching the big screen, watching everybody just ooh and ah and laugh and at the same stuff as you and all that stuff. When you go into a place where people respect you because they want to be in there for the same reason, then yeah, it's good. But when you go during an off day when the movie's about to be out of theaters, and then you have like these kids that just go in there just because they're like, we want to be out of the house, and they ruin your theater experience. I think one of the movies that he didn't bring up, which I thought was, it goes against the grain, but also it's an experience in itself, was the Minecraft movie, right? I know a lot of people were like chicken jockey
yeah,
and throwing shit all over the place and everything, but if the whole theater rocks with it, in which we've seen a lot of videos where a lot of theaters were filled up with a bunch of teenagers that loved that scene and loved watching it or whatever on repeat. I don't see how that's not an experience to want to capitalize on, especially after seeing how like K-pop Demon Hunters basically smashed it on Netflix, and then they were like, "Oh, put it in theaters." It did really well too because it's a sing along. People are gonna want to watch, the sing-along. So maybe people don't have Netflix. Maybe there's that side too where people were burnt on Netflix because they're just like not putting out
Yeah,
anything quality, and
that
that's
too.
basically what happened. There's
Yeah,
there's two sides of the coin to basically argue, but I do think the movie theater experience is ultimately the better
I
experience.
didn't think I was gonna side on James Gunn for the movie theater experience. I was kind of hoping like he'd be like, you know what, who gives a fuck? I'm making DC. You know what I mean? But yeah, I guess I'm on his side about the whole movie theater stuff.
Mm. The enemy of my enemy is my
Yeah,
friend.
no. Now we gotta fucking team up with the power of friendship and beat Ted Sarandos' ass. Like that's, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
that's where
yeah,
we're
yeah.
at. And
But after we beat Ted Sarandos, we just basically, we nab James Gunn from behind. We just
we're just like make better
we still
Superman
on your
movies.
neck.
Punches him.
I mean, at the end of the day, I do think that his days are numbered as well. I know we were hearing rumors if Paramount was going to get him that it was already a shaky ground. With Ted Sarandos there, basically contradicting him, I do think James Gunn's on even icier ice, right?
He's gonna be like, get in line, bro, or you're out. Like that's the way I feel.
I think Supergirl is going to be that determination. I wholeheartedly believe. Now, a lot of people are like, no, 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 DC's gonna stay intact or whatever, blah blah blah. Really? We did talk about before that the gods and monsters basically turned into the Superman saga.
Yeah,
You know, and if it turns into the Superman saga, that means that we're only gonna get the what? Superman, Supergirl,
a few
Man of Tomorrow,
characters
and
outside
then
of the
maybe
Superman family.
Clayface.
Yeah,
We'll get
they
Green Lantern.
whatever story he's building up is gonna take fucking years. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, but I do think that there's a finish line. That's the thing, right? When after he dubbed it from Gods and Monsters to Superman Saga, I do think that and that basically happened after the underperformance, the great performance that Superman gave. I do think it underperformed or whatever. Um, but at the end of the day, if Man of Tomorrow is the final stop, that would be the Superman Saga or the Superman trilogy or
yeah,
whatever you want to call it, right?
whatever it is. Yeah,
Because you'll get Superman, Supergirl, and then Man of Tomorrow, and then you'll get those two that are on the side, which is Green Lantern and Clayface. But I mean, it doesn't really play a bigger role into anything unless you're gonna put Superman in there at some point, right? Like
yeah.
yeah, in a post-credit scene, he's gonna walk up to Clayface, "Oh, Superman, wow, that's crazy." I don't know.
Some shit like that. Yeah,
So I do think the days are numbered there, but for the most part, this is bad.
this
I
is
do
bad.
think
This
I
is
do
bad.
think that this is bad. I don't think Netflix should have made it this far. I didn't think it was gonna make it this far, but the fact that it did is a testament to what money can do, I guess. Because if you got the funds, you can basically do what you want, which I didn't think that Netflix even had that much money to basically pull out their ass. I don't know what they're gonna do if all this litigation does come up, but I guess that's the question for everybody else. What is you guys' thoughts on the whole Netflix and Warner Brothers merger? Do you believe that there's some antitrust issues in there? Like I said, look up into what the definition is, but it's basically the government trying to stop companies from swallowing whole companies and making a monopoly out of it. Do you think Ted Sarandos is going to stick to the deal and basically, I mean, especially after his comments, like I said, he couldn't hold his water, but like, do you think he's going to stick to the deal of theaters still getting the movies exclusively, at least for a 30-day window, let's just say a month? Um, and will these movies get Netflixified is the question. Will one day we hear, hey, the two companies are gonna merge together and Netflix is gonna run the studio for Warner Brothers and we're just gonna get a bunch of Netflix theater movies? I guess that's the question. Let us know what you guys think. Moving on. Like I said, some of the things are happening over there on that side. One thing's for
Hmm.
sure is that Supergirl is not looking too good. One of their stars, the villain of the movie, Matthias Schwarzenegger, is facing about 6 months in prison due to um, some motorcycling without a license, some intoxicated driving. Apparently, he came out in The Drop, the 2014 The Drop, Rust and Bone. He's been in other things as well, but he is the main villain of the Supergirl movie. A 6 month sentence. Are we gonna see him at the red carpet premiere for Supergirl, or are we gonna see him in prison? This is one thing that kind of popped up and kind of made a little bit of headlines. I'm pretty sure it got smothered up with the whole Netflix thing, but I do wanted to bring this up because, this is one of the people that, so, this movie's supposed to usher in the Superman saga, and we've seen what headlines can do to a movie. We saw The Flash basically get devoured alive by Ezra Miller's antics and what he basically was going through. He was basically acquitted for all the stuff that all the charges he was facing. That everything was basically, he was basically let go scot free. I know he had to go to rehab or something like that, or he
Yeah,
took some time off. But for the most part, we saw what basically happened with the Flash movie as like headlines kept swirling out. Are we gonna have another Flash moment on our hands here with this whole villain arc that he's actually going on it himself?
I
I don't know.
I don't know. You would think at this point any bad PR will probably. I wouldn't say this hurts the film. I mean, it does hurt it, but not in the sense like Jonathan Majors level of hurt. So I mean, I think they can bounce back. He can show up. He probably won't have any speaking lines, at the press or whatever. No one's gonna really ask him anything. I don't know. I would think I would choose. I would really think James Gunn chooses his people better because I guess this he has a history of this. This isn't the first time he's been like threatened with jail time and stuff for the stuff he's done in the past. So I want to know what James Gunn thinks of all this, but no one asks him that. That's the weird part.
No, instead he just goes on Twitter to discuss semantics of like, if you want it, don't put we because it's I and not the collective and blah blah blah. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
that
yeah.
tweet or whatever,
I saw
right?
that. And then he talked about Absolute Batman, and then he'll talk about fighting Ted Sarandos over movie theaters, but he won't address this. His own fucking one of the people under his umbrella.
Did you hear that Brainiac might be one of his friends as well?
Yeah, I mean, we knew that. We knew that. I think Chris Pratt, here we come. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that's what I imagine.
Chris Pratt at Brainiac? That's crazy.
I
Like
know that's where we were going, bro. That's the thing. It's gonna be one of his friends. Yeah. What I
what
think
if,
I would have enjoyed a fucking. I know they put out that article saying that the rumors were Matt Smith and um the dude that played Hammer in Iron Man 2. You know me. I was like advocating for that guy. But yeah, I would
just the
imagine it's
hammer?
one of his friends. Yeah,
That fucking sucks. Yeah, it was Justin Hammer. What's his name?
Matt Smith and I can't remember the third guy.
Matt Smith and yeah, just some other guy. But yeah, I do think that this is kind of like uh, a hurdle that they're gonna have to get past. Apparently, his lawyer is basically saying that the 6 month jail time probably won't happen. Um,
Either way, a problem. His name should not be in the headlines like this.
I mean, yeah, this is just, I mean, it's a repeat offender thing kind of thing. But like I said, I do think this kind of got swept away. So he kind of got lucky. He got lucky with this kind of getting swept with Netflix. As long as he stays under the radar, I don't think we'll have a Flash situation.
Yeah,
But if push comes to shove, I do think that this will probably hurdle into a big snowball when the time comes. Hopefully, you know, I don't know. Are we hoping that Supergirl thrives?
I mean, yeah, I don't want like any specific movie to fail. I just think that James Gunn should have done his homework a little bit on the people that he's employing to fucking make his movies.
No, no. As long as this is homies, they check out with me.
He's like, I've met this guy for 10 years. No way he killed that person. Like, what are you talking about?
ain't
That's
ain't
crazy.
no way. I don't know. This is this is something that we'll have to look into closely. But I don't know the questions for y'all. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we have another Flash situation on our hands? Another villain who could potentially have been a star who's basically gonna get himself into a lot of trouble and push himself. I mean, you said Jonathan Majors as well. Jonathan Majors also was a big bad that was supposed to be in multiple movies, and a couple of headlines basically ruined that for him. So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see when it comes down to that. Moving on, though, we do have Scarlett Johansson apparently being eyed to be in the Batman Part 2. Um, According to insiders, she jumped jumped at the auditions and wanted her PR or her management to basically jump on this role after I believe Emma Stone passed on it. Um, there's no telling who she's playing just yet. Some people were saying uh, Phantasma.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm not sure. Who do you think that she could be possibly
I would. I
playing
would.
in the Batman Part 2 that she really wanted to play too?
Yeah. I. I mean, Batwoman maybe.
Huh? Gor- Gor-
Batwoman.
Gordon's daughter?
No. That's Batgirl. Batwoman is Kate something. I can't remember her last name. Um.
What one thing is too is that with her being in there, Zoe Kravitz is out, so no Catwoman.
Mm,
So will she be the? I mean that kind of fits with it, knowing that it could be Batwoman or something. Um, that'd be pretty crazy.
Batwoman. Phantasm. Phantasm is another like love interest type to Bruce Wayne in the animated show in the comics. So maybe that could work if Zoe Kravitz isn't gonna be back as Catwoman for whatever fucking reason. Um, I mean, or unless Matt Reeves wants to go with the white woman route again and give us a weird Talia. I mean, maybe.
Give us a weird Talia. They're gonna go down that route again.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. If anyone can make her a good like give her a good fucking role, it's gonna be Matt Reeves. But holy shit, I don't know. Those are the only two that come to mind.
She's gonna be busy too. Apparently she passed on what Tangled, a live action Tangled, because
Oh yeah,
of her basically busy schedule and her wanting to do this. We obviously she has Jurassic World that she's gonna be making the second one. She has the Exorcist movie that we talked about that she's gonna be in as well. And
I
now
know
we have
this.
her wanting to be in the Batman Part 2. Stacked roster for her for sure. She's keeping herself busy after the whole Marvel thing, where like Chris Evans is like doing streaming and all that stuff, which is I think is crazy. Um, but I mean, at least is there any who's Phantasm or Phantasm?
You haven't seen that? You haven't seen that animated movie, the Batman one?
No, I don't think so.
Sit down with your children and watch Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Okay, it's actually one of the better fucking like Batman animated movies. Yeah, and it's from the '90s. It's from the '90s cartoon. It's kind of that to that. So I mean, you should have seen it.
I think I did, but it's been years.
Yeah, sit your kids down and fucking get your life together.
Mm.
I don't know. Let me see if I can show you this picture. You might, I mean, you might have to pull it up, but yeah, focus.
Put your hand behind it.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to send it to you or something. But
Yeah,
you
I'll
should
do
watch
that.
this movie. It might be on Max still, or I think it's free on YouTube. A lot of the DC animated movies are on YouTube for some reason.
This one?
Yeah, but there you go. That's the movie.
So you should be playing this one down here.
Yeah. The ghost, the Reaper looking person.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You see right there the image of the redhead and Batman.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I don't know. I I mean, Scarlett Johansson. I mean, she's not gonna jump at this role for nothing. It has to be something good. And I mean, if this is basically replacing the whole Catwoman Zoe Kravitz like love interest or something, I mean, wouldn't that be would it be good?
I I I, I don't know. I don't know why she wouldn't come back anyway. That's weird.
Who? Catwoman?
Zoe Kravitz. Like, why wouldn't she come back?
She wasn't written into the
Cause
script.
she left. Like what? No. Batman loses, and then he loses his woman. That's crazy.
I'm trying to think on like who else she could possibly be playing. I mean, she could be playing. I mean, if they change it or whatever, she could be. Oh no, because we already have a Gordon.
Poison Ivy seems too
Oh, that
unrealistic.
was another thing that people were saying was like a poison ivy, but he's not fanatical like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or he doesn't
Yeah.
want that fantastical thing. So it's who can be playing a grounded character. I think that character is the only one that I can think of because everybody else is probably like even Talia. Wouldn't she just be too far unless they ground her like they did in the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy or
Yeah.
whatever? But
I don't know. I don't know. This is a confusing one, I would say.
yeah, but I mean, at this point, I do think that there's a lot that Matt Reeves can possibly be doing. Yeah, there's a lot of fake scenes that he even shot for Zoe Kravitz when the Batman movie was coming out that a lot of people saw behind the scenes on, and they didn't even see the light of day. So I mean, there's certain things that Matt Reeves does to kind of make people keep people guessing. I do know that he's getting a new cinematographer in this one too. It's not going to be the same one from the first one. So there's things that are basically being changed and shaped up in this movie. Um, do we think that Batman Part 2 will be connected to the DCU?
No, I sure fucking hope not. No, I do think it's crazy that his movies are surviving what could be another like change in leadership though.
He's like the landscape may change, but I'm here to stay.
His flag is just gonna stay in the fucking ground until we get that third
Right.
one.
And he's standing on business too. I don't know. This might be his last one too. Like we said, Batman Part 2 might be the last stop, especially if he's not willing to play ball and with all the acquisition stuff that's happening. It might just be this one and boom, we're done, right? So
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. Let us know what you guys think though. Scarlett Johansson will be playing opposite role to Robert Pattinson. Uh, will she be a bad guy? Will she be another what anti-hero kind of like what Zoe Kravitz was? Who knows? At this point, it's so close to the vest. Even when Matt Reeves shared the script and stuff, it was under like lock and key. So there's
yeah.
there's so much secrecy behind this, and Matt Reeves knows how to keep it close to his chest. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Moving on though, Josh, we're going into video game territory. Justin Lin to direct the live action Helldivers movie for Sony Pictures. Will we get a good video game movie, or will this be another video game movie that gets lost in the wind like every other one, where it's supposed to be good, and then you get Uncharted with Tom Holland?
I don't know. I trust. Okay, I trust Justin Lin with action just as much as I trust anybody else. I don't know if he knows the games. I don't know if he's played it. I don't know if he has people fact checking it. I would hope he does. I Yeah, I guess worst case scenario, if it ends up being like Assassin's Creed or fucking or the one you said Uncharted, we gonna throw it away and we gonna forget about it, and then boom, 5 years of reboot. So I mean, I guess it's fine.
Reboot another one. Um, yeah, Justin Lin, the he basically did a lot of movies for the Fast and the Furious franchise, so we know he has a good eye for like camera and stuff. Um, apparently Gary Duberman, who wrote It and Annabelle, are basically gonna write the script for this one. Um, it's basically like I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like the article says. The Helldivers is kind of like Starship Troopers if like it was taken seriously, right? Helldivers. I mean, we played the game, right? We played Helldivers 2 and all that stuff. There's so much that could be explored with these kinds of movies if done right,
Yeah,
from
the
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 jump.
bugs, the automatons, like yeah,
Different planets, different squads that you could basically follow. You don't necessarily need to follow uh, certain people. Obviously, for the movie's sake, you got to follow one person. I do think this one will have that growing pains where it's like, okay, who should we follow? Kind of like what happened with Mortal Kombat, where they try to make a new character, the sole character or something like that, and
Yeah.
they had to basically shift that in the second one, and it seems like Carl Urban's Johnny Cage, right, is gonna basically be the lead for that one. But with Helldivers, I mean, you could basically make one person the lead and then just turn it inside out. Could this be more down that vein of Starship Troopers? Can they go down the route of like, oh, I mean, like I said, it does say here, Gary Doberman, who made it in Annabelle, are they gonna go down a more horror movie route where there's, the bugs are gonna basically be like xenomorphs, right? And
Maybe.
aliens,
I hope they
or
get
they.
really fucking creative with it. Like imagine no main character, and it's just Helldiver 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? And like we're following one, and then he gets fucking destroyed, and we have to just cut to the next guy, who's like in the middle of it fighting automatons, and then he gets done in, and it just follows somebody else. I could imagine like Hollywood having fun with that. Like I know it wouldn't happen, but imagine like a bunch of just cameos from like Tom Hiddleston, all these people like famous actors just playing different Helldivers
Mm,
and just getting their shit like taken up
obliterated
off
every time.
screen, and then like because the one guy being like, "I can't wait to make it and spread democracy," and then it cuts to him getting fucking demolished.
That
Like that'd be fucking hilarious. I don't know.
So you think like they should take like a action comedy route instead of like a horror movie vibe to it?
I would say like I think that would be fucking cool.
Okay, okay.
Because that's what
I
the game
I
is. It doesn't feel like yes, you have your moments where it's scary because you get a bunch of kind of big ass bugs and stuff. But for the
But
most
even from
part,
like the clip where they're like recruiting people, like that's comedy, right? It's
yeah,
supposed to be like, oh, join the Armada or whatever, blah blah blah, and let's just get down there or whatever. And then you get like that epic action scene where you're like getting shot into onto the planet and all that stuff. And then when you get down there, it's like a horror movie. You,
yeah,
you just see a bunch of bugs and all that stuff. So I mean, you could kind of have all your flavors in there and all that stuff, but can Lin deliver on the tone is gonna be it's gonna be one thing for sure, right?
yeah. Hopefully he can do everything good. I do like Justin Lin, so hopefully he does good.
Okay. Hopefully this doesn't go in the $5 bin pile at Walmart and it just
Damn.
turns into another Uncharted, like you said, or another video game adaptation that just did not work out. I mean, I haven't even seen Assassin's Creed, but I would have thought um the
We
lead actor would have really sold it.
we've learned. Okay, we've learned. We've come a long way. It's okay.
Hopefully. Let us know what you guys think, though. Justin Lin is bringing the Helldivers to our big screens, or according to Ted Sarandos, it should probably just go straight to Netflix. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when that happens. But it is being made by Sony, so it will get a big screen debut. Hopefully, they don't lose confidence in it and sell it to Netflix yet again.
Damn.
Moving on, though. Moving on. We do have a new Paranormal Activity as well. So kind of down the same vein. James Wan is going to be producing with his Atomic Monster, Bloomhouse and Atomic Monster. They're basically going to reboot the franchise, I'm assuming, and basically take it down a different direction. Paranormal Activity ran for quite a bit. I believe it started in 2007 and basically ran all the way till 2018. So not too crazy of a stint, but we did get like what 5 movies within that universe. One of them making like a full circle moment, and then I know that new one that came out on Paramount. Um, shoot, I don't even remember. It just had like ice everywhere. It was like a
I don't
snowy one.
remember. I only remember the five. The Ghost Dimension was like the sixth one, right?
Yeah, yeah. One, Paranormal Activity, two, three, four. The marked ones,
Yeah,
the Ghost Dimension, that was the 2015 one that basically made it a full circle moment for all these films. And then we went to Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, which I didn't see that one,
I
to be
didn't see that
honest,
one
but that one
either.
came out in 2021 after the whole pandemic and everything like that. Did you get a chance to watch it?
No, nah, I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Yeah, I seen this one on Paramount Plus, but I never actually clicked on it at all.
Yeah, no. I only know. I thought. Ghost Dimension was the last one.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the last one too.
Yeah, but I mean, we recently watched all of these, so I mean, I don't know if they're rebooting. Cool, tell the story in a more cohesive way. That's fine, but I don't know what else there is more to expect. If you like, we have the technology to now make things more scarier and more cult like. So hopefully they can bring some real spice to it. You know what I'm saying?
You'd want to see, do you still want it to be like found footage?
Yeah, yeah. I guess so. Since that's what makes it so like unique in the first place. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I mean, I did like it, but I would like a different direction where it's like actual like
Like a
freaky shit
normal
happening
normal
with
movie,
like
basically.
basically a movie instead of found footage. Because I do think that what is it? The one that Marlon Wayans made,
Oh yeah, haunted
I think
house.
Haunted House, I think he really ruined found footage horror movies for me. I know this is kind of like the curse of the parody movies, but like, because I know like Scream was he was a feared candidate until basically everybody parodied him and made him into a bumbling goofball, and now every time you see a Scream movie you're just like like it's in the back of your head, but for the most part you try to get rid of it. I think that's the kind of effect that it would have with these kind of movies now.
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yeah, but I don't
um
know. I mean, I that's just what made them like kind of unique. But to be fair, they were coming out in that era, so maybe we're past that. I don't know.
with like Cloverfield and all that stuff,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why.
that's
Yeah,
what
I could see like both arguments. You know what I'm saying?
Matt Reeves made Cloverfield too.
Yeah, okay. But I do hope it comes out better, like more scary and everything like that. Because I mean, the first one was kind of whack. The second one,
The
I
first one was cool.
yeah, but like I don't know. I think it was. I think once it got to the third one and on is when they were really like kicking it up.
I can't remember the second or third one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, you don't even remember. I remember. I recently watched these. You should watch them. Get in your
I
bag.
watched the first one. I remember the first one really well. I don't remember the second and third. I remember the marked ones and the ghost dimension,
Yeah,
but I don't remember the second and third one.
you gotta rewatch them. It's time for a rewatch.
We
Now
gotta watch Next of Kin.
we know what we're doing next Halloween. Look at that.
Oh wow, wow. See, this is what happens. You know what happens. Yeah, and this one might even come out by next Halloween too. Because I
Yeah,
mean, if it is found footage, it doesn't take that long, right? And I don't think these kind of horror movies would take years to make either, especially if it's already being announced. So
we should probably be getting it sometime next year or beginning 27.
I'd be down for it. I'd be down for it. A revitalization of this kind of movies. Um, Especially like I said, with James Wan coming back, and I mean, I'm still waiting for news to break when it comes to like the Saw franchise and stuff like that. But James Wan is like he has an eye for horror, and I do think Bloomhouse was kind of falling off without him. So I mean, I'm glad that they're together, and they might be able to do something really fucking crazy with these movies. But well, I guess this is another one we have to wait and see because I the everything sounds promising, but we need to hear like casting and all that stuff too. Who knows if like maybe Scarlett Johansson comes to revitalize yet another franchise, right?
Dev,
Let us know what you guys think though. New Paranormal Activity. Which movies did you guys stop at? Which ones do you remember? Did you watch Next of Kin? Um, and what do you guys hope to see when it comes down to a new installment? Because I can't think of anything. I think they basically ran all the ideas that I could think of at least.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I would say yeah.
I mean, we got everything. We went from what the very beginning where it's just found footage where like a family member is just being scared, and then it rolled down to oh the demons are actually like in our world, and then we actually had a little girl going through the different dimensions where you actually saw all the spirits connected into one. So it's like where can we go next? Where is the next line that we could start off,
Yeah,
especially with everything that we've seen so far?
where
I
we
don't
have
know.
to be introduced into a new cult and everything.
Yeah, basically, right? Let us know what you guys think, though. moving on. Men in Black is looking to come back, no pun intended. The apparently Bad Boys Chris Bremer is set to basically write the new script. Um, no word yet on any actors attached to this film. Obviously after the blunder that was the one with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson was just a no-go. I haven't even seen that one at all. I gotta watch it, but
I
maybe
saw
one
it
day
like
when I'm super
once.
bored. You watched it in theaters, didn't you?
No, no, I saw it after.
No?
And
Oh.
then on like
So
cable.
there's no actors attached to it, but apparently there is a script that Brenner is writing up that does have Will Smith's Agent J in the role. Will Smith is not attached to it, and they're stressing it really well that he is not attached to it, but he does want to read the script before he commits to it. So I guess he's open to it if the script is good. If not, he's gonna just forget about it. There's no saying whether or not this is gonna be a passing the torch type role or if it's gonna be a continuation of whatever's happening and just keep him as the lead. It just seems like but they're putting him in there just in case if he does want to come back. There's a good story in there for him.
I I mean, he's just too old. I mean, I could probably. What if he's like someone else's? What if he's Agent K to somebody else? I guess I could see that. But yeah, he's getting too old. So
Oh yeah, huh? Like put him in the Tommy Lee role, especially because, after the third one, they basically propped him up to be more understanding of, the world that he's in, especially, I think Men in Black 3 was beautifully
amazing.
done.
That shit was amazing.
Beautifully done. What a way to kind of like stop it. If they would have made the fourth one down the vein of like doing that where like he is recruiting instead of um, you know, being the one to be the badass or whatever, that would be pretty cool. Imagine like him recruiting like what is it? A Glenn Powell or something.
Yeah, something like that. Like basically like, oh, I see myself in you type shit. Yeah, like that. I could see something like that happening. But the script has to be good. So hopefully he gets his shit together. I mean, if Bad Boys for Life was enough to bring him back, who's to say that this script won't do the same?
This would be post slap though.
So was Bad Boys 4, and Bad Boys 4 was good. So,
Bad Boys 4 wasn't post slap. He made that one before the slap.
did he?
He's been really struggling post slap. That's why he did the music career. Even though I'm an action star, you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like, all
so
that stuff. Like,
dumb.
he's been trying, but it seems like a lot of that Will Smith magic had basically disappeared as soon as he slapped Chris Rock. So, I mean, do people even want to see him back as an Agent J?
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
The world needs to really,
Get over it.
forgive Will Smith for that. But I
I
guess we'll
mean,
just have to wait and see.
why? Just because he's an action star.
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna act bizarre, like so dumb. Such a dumb line. Take the
Oh,
mic away from this man.
yeah, he was doing the best that he could. And what's another song? I like pretty girls,
Yeah, the
girls,
one that he
girls,
just the
girls.
one that he came up with. Yeah, so dumb. He's
Um,
so dumb. He's so fucking yeah. No,
he's doing his best though. That's what I'm saying. Is that like it just
this is
seems like
his
he's
best
pulling out all the
Jesus.
stops. Huh?
That's his best Jesus.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know. Maybe he just needs that defining role to utilize him. Do I think Men in Black is the route? Probably not. I think he needs to do like a another Pursuit of Happiness. I wouldn't say do the second part, but like a film in that vein where it's like serious and shows his acting chops and actually puts him down. One of the movies that was post slap and unfortunately it was on Apple TV, but the Emancipation, that was one that was like that was one that would have been if it was in theaters probably would have been something worth checking out, but because it was on Apple TV, it just got smothered, right? And
Yeah,
then he tried to go to the whole singing thing, and now here we are. He says he's down for it. I know that he's doing with Michael B. Jordan, he's doing the
I am Legend.
I Am Legend, yeah, I Am Legend too. So I mean, that's just one thing. I just don't know if he has the capacity to even, bring people. I thought Men in Black was struggling to bring people in the third one. After the fourth one, I think a lot of people lost faith in it. If he comes
I did.
back,
I did. For sure.
yeah, if he comes back, I do think that there is a chance that people will be interested in it, but how much interest do people have in Will Smith at this point, right?
Only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. I don't know. I would be down for this though.
Entanglements, slaps, it's one thing after
Entanglements.
another.
That's messed
Yeah,
up.
man. That was another thing that kind of brought him down too. They were like, "Man, how do you marry somebody who's still in love with Tupac?"
That's crazy. That's crazy. We're not here to dig into his love life. He doesn't need any more
Just saying, she loves
humiliation.
him so much that she went bald like him too. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry. But let us know what you guys think. Men in Black, are we excited to still see Will Smith in yet another Men in Black role? Or do we want to see Will Smith at all, period, at this point in action or in a movie role in general? His music career has been struggling for sure. Let us know what you guys think, though. Moving on, one movie that is not happening is Fast X Part 2, but one movie that is happening is Vin Diesel's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Apparently, it is happening, it is rolling through, and apparently, they couldn't get nobody else besides Vin Diesel to agree to this, and this makes me worried. He is going to be writing, starring, and producing the new Rock'em Sock'em robots for Mattel. We talked about that he was signed up as a actor before, but new word says that he's going to be doing everything in between as well. He is going to make sure this franchise skyrockets. Apparently, I'm assuming that these robots are just gonna hug each other and say we're family. I
Oh
don't know.
man. I get. I guess, man. I guess if we're just doing shit, Vin, like what you promised us Fast 11, you promised us the streets, you promised us all this, but no, you said, man, fuck all that. You know what the world needs right now? Rock'em Sock'em. Is he gonna play both of them, but in different colors, or is it gonna be like him versus somebody else? I don't know. If this is gonna be like a, if this turns around to be like a really good like boxing movie like Southpaw or something like that, I'll be fucking amazed. But I don't see. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking with this.
Well,
Barbie
let's
was
see if we
fucking crazy, but this is nothing.
let's see if we can get in their head about what they're thinking. First things first, President Mattel, Robbie Brenner, basically had this to say. He said, Vin is a powerhouse of storytelling with an unmatched understanding of action, heart, and world building. His creative vision for Rock'em Sock'em Robots is bold, human, and deeply cinematic, exactly the kind of storytelling we love at Mattel Studios.
Mattel Studios didn't even exist 2 fucking years ago.
Oh, yeah, technically in 2021, so yeah, yeah.
This is crazy. Yo, who the fuck? What did Vin Diesel
And
pitch them, bro?
Vin Diesel added, I am excited to expand the Mattel universe by bring. Oh wait, I gotta say in his words. Vin Diesel said, "I'm excited to expand the Mattel universe by bringing this classic toy from my childhood to a modern audience by telling a story that examines the role of competition." In a world often measured by strength and dominance that dares to reveal the power of compassion at its core.
This is a toy about boxing.
This is the you put two robots in the thing and you
Yeah,
with your friend and
until one fucking pops their head. That's crazy.
this is basically real steel.
Yeah, yeah.
If
This
you
is
think
real
about
still.
it.
This is real still. This is like, yeah. This is fucking. It's times like this where I think like Ted Sarandos could be
He might be
cooking.
onto he might be onto something.
I not every movie. I mean, I would say every movie is made for this big screen, but holy damn, do they pitch some ideas that make me think I could probably watch this at home. Oh my gosh, the
Are you
duality of
excited to
Hollywood.
see Vin Diesel star in a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie?
I guess, man. I mean, I was kind of down for it in the beginning, but I don't know what the fuck they're putting in the water over there now for him to think that he can attempt to serious ass storytelling for this.
Write,
I got
produce,
nothing.
and star. He's going to be a man of many talents for this film.
I guess so. I
It's
guess
it's
so.
almost like they couldn't get anybody else to sign on with this movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I he's gonna star and produce, and then he's gonna have to pull together a whole crew. Yeesh, he's doing way better than The Rock right now. I guess he's gonna show him again how to do it from the ground up.
So no Fast X Part 2, but we're gonna get a Rock'em Sock'em
Rock'em
movie.
sock'em. I guess that's what we're doing now.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess this is where the puck stops. We finally figured out how it's gonna get off the ground, and Vin Diesel, off the sheer weight and the sheer weight of his back, is just basically gonna carry this movie to the finish line. So,
Yeah, I guess that's where we're at, man. Damn it! This is why Barbie and Oppenheimer were such a success. We get fucking lame ass movies like this sometimes. It's okay.
with Vin Diesel starring, crazy.
This
Let
one,
us know what you
eight
guys think.
ball, crazy.
A ball. Can't wait for that one. Probably Vin Diesel's gonna do that one too for them. Let us know what you guys think. Vin Diesel is, you know, it's Diesel time. It's Diesel time. It's Diesel. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I don't know, but I don't know if it's gonna be toys. If we're gonna actually see real robots, I don't know. I this is just the curveball. This whole industry is getting flipped upside down at this point. I don't know what to say. Let us know what you guys think though. Moving on, we do have some trailers. We have the final teaser trailer for The Boys that we're gonna have to watch, but also we have a Jason Statham movie and uh uh Andrew Garfield movie.
Oh,
If if you ever thought about we're getting one of those. Oh, actually, no, it's not Andrew Garfield. That was a different movie I was thinking about. This movie's called Obsession.
oh, okay.
This one's coming out next year in May. This is apparently about a guy who finds somebody on the internet. I don't know. We will have to just check out the trailer. I'm
All right.
more in this for the boys trailer, but we had to put a couple of these trailers in the beginning too. So let's just jump right into it and we'll give our thoughts. This first one is Obsession.
Okay.
What's up? I was calling to see if there's a way I can alter a wish. Like to cancel your wish? No, 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 no. It's okay to keep the. I just want to know if I can like alter it a little. I'm sorry, we don't really do that. No. If you have any questions about how the wish works, or if you read the back of the box. Is it even real? Yeah, it's real. No, I know that the. Is her love real? Just because you chose this for her doesn't make it less real.
Oh, little teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, so he made a wish. After breaking the mysterious one wish willow to win the crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself gaining exactly what he asked for when he soon discovers that some desires come at a dark, sinister price.
Hmm.
Okay, little teaser. Nothing too big with that one. I think we need to see a full blown trailer, but I mean the vibe itself seemed
Scary. Very
mhm.
eerie. I'm down for that. That looks good.
Coming from Bloomhouse too, right?
Yeah.
So there wasn't, you know,
That.
I did say that Bloomhouse kind of fell off, but I mean,
I guess they have their bangers sometimes. This one played before our showing of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, so I had seen it. So that's pretty good because
yeah,
because it is Blumhouse.
yeah. I mean, Bloomhouse is one of those horror icon places, right? Recently, you saw the Grabber. What's it called?
Oh, the Black Phone too.
The Black Phone 2, right? And you enjoyed that one too. That was from
Yeah.
Bloomhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they do still have their hits, but we did find out the hard way with Night Swim that if they put it out in the beginning of the year,
Yeesh.
think twice.
But we're a couple months away, so it's okay. We got January movies to worry about. Which bro, we saw this trailer for Mercy. That shit looks like buns, bro.
Mercy? Is that
Yeah.
a Bloomhouse movie?
No, it's a fucking Chris Pratt movie. I think it was called Mercy. I can't remember, but it was a terrible ass looking trailer.
Oh, with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Can we watch it?
yeah, sure, fuck it.
Check out the Obsession trailer. It looks pretty eerie, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's get into this Mercy trailer really quick because Josh recommended it. Let's do it.
What the?
Get me out of this chair.
Detective Raven, I'm Judge Maddox, and this is the Mercy Capital Court.
A judicial system powered by artificial intelligence.
Hold on, just wait a second.
With crime rates soaring, lawmakers voted for Mercy. By acting as judge, jury, and executioner, Mercy keeps our city safe.
I shouldn't be here. I helped create the Mercy program.
Minority Report meets AI, kind of, and it's meets War of the Worlds 2025.
We saw this in theaters, dude, and I was just like, this that looked like ass. It still
don't
looks
look
like
like-
ass. It doesn't help. Nothing was good about
The
that.
CG looks pretty bad, and I mean, it's an interesting concept because we're going down that road with like AI and stuff. But like I said, it's kind of like a new version of what like Minority Report was back in the day with Tom Cruise. Maybe that's the kind of like what they sold it as. That's what it looks like. But I mean, I'll check it out. It's interesting enough to check out, but I think the visuals itself they look pretty bad for sure.
Yeah.
It comes out in January too, so
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
a red flag.
Exactly. Yep. That's what I was saying.
Oh, you can watch it in 3D. Wow.
Fuck all that. Let's go to the Jason Statham movie.
All right, let's check it out. Check out the trailer though. Mercy is on YouTube right now. We have Shelter. Jason Statham. He does what he does best, right? I believe this one is just he's gonna basically save people and kick ass while doing it. So let's jump right into it.
Does the name Michael Mason ring any bells?
Mason isn't just an assassin. He's a precision instrument. He was one of the first of elite operatives.
Then what happened?
Another January movie.
I'm down. They sign me up. I can't get enough of these movies. Ugh.
I'm just saying, like at one point we just gotta. It's just a parody of like all the action movies. It looks good. This one kind of reminds me of like I said, the Rambo, the one where he's like in a barn and he has to protect his daughter and all that stuff. Um, I like Jason Statham in this lane. I don't hate it. I'm just more like, when are we gonna get more out of this man? Or is he just okay with being pigeonholed as the ex CIA operative, ex MIA agent, and just going as a recluse and just comes out when he needs to kick ass and
I think
boom.
he's okay with that, and I'm okay with that too. That's okay. Some
He's
people
gonna
just know
go
what they're
the
good
way-
at.
I know, but like we saw that road with Bruce Willis. Is he just gonna follow that same path where he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna be the action star to the very end?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Let him be.
I guess you're right. There is nothing wrong with it. It does look, the action does look good. It looks like they watched a lot of Zack Snyder movies and they're like, hey, we're just gonna put the dark filter on top just to make it look fucking sick, right? But it does. I mean, it looks like Jason Statham doing. Statham should just be a genre.
Yeah.
My favorite genre is Statham killing bad guys. Yeah, that's basically what it is. So, check out the trailer. If you've seen one of his movies, you've seen them all. He's just kicking ass and taking names, and that's just basically what it is. Shelter, coming out in January. Can't wait. Can't wait. We'll check that out. Moving on though, the teaser trailer for the final season of The Boys. Now, we got to be honest here, right? We've been kind of checked out since season 3. Okay, I didn't even watch Gen V season 2.
I didn't either.
I'm gonna be honest.
I totally forgot
So
that
if
shit
there's
came out.
anything that I'm missing from there, I'm probably gonna have to YouTube the quick notes because I'm not gonna watch it. The first season was not that inspiring for me. I mean, what are you expecting from this one? Are we gonna actually see Homelander die? I mean, Anthony Starr basically went out there and gave us a goodbye speech and everything like that on the internet. So I mean, will this be the final for all these characters is the question.
I, I don't know, man. I hope. I think I'm over this. Low key. Like I think like if this is the final chapter, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be watching Uprising. I didn't watch Gen V season 2. I think I'm almost done with this franchise. I think when they're done, I'll be done. So I'm ready. I
So
guess.
this one should just wrap it up in a bow for you then.
Yes.
Hopefully, if they can make that happen, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just jump right in, and we'll make our assessment.
We ain't surviving this fucking war. We are dead men walking.
I'm gonna keep fighting. And if you can't, then I'm just gonna fight for both of us.
You wouldn't be the first to throw their life away in a war. But you would be the first to save the world doing it.
Oh, they're gonna have to explain how they got all back together. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
Because the end of season 4, what basically left us with
Huey went to jail. Starlight took off. Butcher took off with Mother's Milk, I think.
mhm,
And Frenchie
Kamiko
and
and Francho got caught
yeah,
by
yeah,
the Gen V people.
yeah. So I guess they're gonna have to break them out and then start with the final plan, basically.
One thing I do like about this trailer, there's no emphasis on like the whole raunchy shit, right? Like I do think in the other trailers it was always like a bunch of like, oh, there's guts and we're going. I mean, every single year would be like, oh, I can't believe they let us film this because this is gonna be crazy to see or whatever on screen. I don't know if we're gonna get those quotes again, but like, we didn't see all the nudity and everything that we basically saw in other trailers, right?
Yeah,
Like in the previous season. So this one seems like a more serious tone. So I mean, that kind of intrigues me a little bit that they're probably now maturing and say, okay, we don't have time to have all that extra fluff where like the superheroes are enjoying themselves and blah blah blah. Maybe they'll sprinkle it in there here and there still, but for the most part, it seems like they're taking this last season pretty seriously.
I hope. I that would be nice and a nice breath of fresh air. Holy damn! I would be down for that.
So I mean, there is blood and everything, which I mean, it's typical to see when it comes down to what we get with these, obviously with the show. But yeah, the whole raunchiness isn't there. Um, I mean, we had this scene. I thought this was pretty crazy. He's just beaming up. Do you think he's like hopping himself up on V or something or what?
I think he's probably
Uh,
just letting out like anger. He got so mad he can't control it. He's just shooting it into the sky, maybe.
People are thinking that he's punching on Ryan right here.
Maybe. I mean, maybe he's bleeding. Never seen that before.
I don't know. This trailer got me a little intrigued for the final season.
Maybe. I'm still kind of indifferent. That's the thing. Like it didn't really move the needle. So hopefully the next trailer does something.
Well, really? I mean, even the lack of not the extra unnecessary shit, like them taking it a little serious, is not really giving you enough
It
attention.
could be false hope. I mean, I'm down. I'm for the wave. I'm down for the final wave. That's all.
Okay, all right. Did it get you to see Gen V season 2?
No, I'm not
Oh,
watching that. I'm not watching
me
that.
neither.
I'm
Me
not
neither.
watching that.
Hopefully they fill us in, right? So, but yeah, the boys. This is the first teaser trailer. Hopefully we'll get another one before then. When did it say it was coming out?
I have no idea.
Did it have a date?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Oh,
April 8th.
April 8th.
April 8th. So we still got a couple months to go. If this is him punching on Ryan, it kind of reminds me of like the boys with Omni Man, or not the boys,
Invincible.
Invincible with Omni Man, and him punching on his kid and shit like that. So, I mean, are they taking notes from other people? Who knows? I mean, it's from the same company, so we'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see, right? But let us know what you guys think. Check out the boys trailer. Give us your thoughts, and yeah, that'll be the last trailer for this episode. Any topics that we should be talking about? Any movies that you guys want us to review? Should we have you guys on one of these episodes?
Hmm.
Let us know what you guys think. We're gonna be wrapping up our year pretty soon. We're gonna be having our movie head to head between me and Josh. Hopefully, Josh has watched a lot of them. Apparently, I'm beating him out on a few of them.
Oh my gosh.
Doing what I can to make sure you don't watch the ones that I'm watching. Anyways, but yeah, let us know what you guys think. Josh, let them know where they can give us their thoughts and all that good stuff.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, or FilmBros Podcast. We post our episodes are up. You can hit us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Buzzsprout, link to the social I just gave you. It's like a Patreon. You subscribe, you help the show grow. Greatly appreciate it. Listen to us anywhere you get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts. Again, wherever you get your podcast. Be part of the conversation. Twitch at FilmBros Podcast. And when it's all said and done, subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
And with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.